once upon a time, back in 2015, you graced the cover of XXL as a freshman
Yeah,
in the freshman class of that particular year.
yeah.
Do you remember how you earned that position?
Hell yeah. By grinding, I went on a whole campaign. I went on a whole campaign. I dropped the mixtape, Rapper's Worst Nightmare, and everything. You know what I mean? For real. And I actually was voted. And you know what's crazy? I think that was the first issue where no person was actually voted. You know what I'm saying? That spot. For real.
The 10th spot.
Yeah, for real.
Now, back in those
For real.
days, that particular year, were you signed to a record label at that time?
Yeah, I was with G Unit. I was with G Unit.
Now, what did that position mean to you? Not being signed to that label, but that spot on that cover.
It meant everything. It meant a lot because, just being, in this industry and just a rapper period, you came up looking at XXL magazines and reading that and stuff like that, and to be on the cover like was crazy. Whether it was that, just any kind of cover of any magazine, for real. But what's crazy is that same year I actually was on the cover twice. Once for the freshman cover, and second was we had the cover with like the whole G Unit and stuff like that. You know what I mean? That meant like so much because like at that time my dad was in jail. You know what I mean? And he got to see that cover, and you know what I'm saying? Like that means so much. You feel me? To a lot of people. For real. That meant a lot to a lot of people to see me on there.
And speaking of G Unit, was that the first year you were signed to G Unit?
Was it the first? Nah, it wasn't the first year. It wasn't the first year.
Do you remember when you actually signed? If it wasn't 2015.
Nah, it was like, I think it was like either 13 or 12. Let me see. It's around when I got shot up. So like we had like 12, starting 12.
Now, when it came to that 10th spot and that freshman class cover, one of two that year, as you just mentioned, how were you notified you actually earned that spot and were going to be on that cover? Before the actual cover drops to the public, how far in advance do you get the...
Well, I just grinding, and I remember going into the office, the G Unit office in New York. I went in there and damn, man, she'd kill me if she knew I forgot her damn name, man. Oh my God. But the lady at the time that was over the G in the office, she came, came running out there. She was like, "Kid, we got your schedule, you good, kid?" You know what I'm saying? This and that, yeah. We got the call from Vanessa, and yeah, you made it, the 10th spot, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? You got the photo shoot next month, all that, this and that, you know what I mean? So, like, it was cool. It was cool.
So just for historical purposes, how much time when you get that notification in real life before you actually are publicly seen on that cover? Is that a month before, 2 months, 3 months?
I think it was like really probably about like a month. Yeah, a month before.
And whoever's chosen, it's kept secret until that cover releases. Was that easy or hard for you to keep that secret? Did anyone literally know about it aside from you and G Unit?
Nah, not really. Like it wasn't hard to keep the secret because at that time, like, I wasn't really like around none of my people, you know what I'm saying, to really tell them. And so, I just was just steady working, you know what I'm saying? Just constantly just in the studio and stuff like that till it was time to do the photo shoots and everything like that.
What about your own friends and family? Do you notify them before the cover drops, or do you wait for the
Man,
cover?
hell yeah. You know what I'm saying? Hell yeah, I called them and told them. Hell yeah. For real. Yeah, nigga, I got the cover, nigga. I got the cover, nigga. I'm there.
What about your father? Do you keep that a secret from him and wait for him to see the actual cover in person, or?
Well, I didn't really have a choice at that time. You know, like, you know, he was in jail and, you know, I didn't, you know what I'm saying? You know, I can only talk to him whenever he, you know, can call, you know, so, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, when I talked to him, I didn't talk to him until he had the actual cover in his hand and shit like that, yeah, so.
And what was his reaction?
Oh, man, he sounded like he was crying on the phone. You know what I mean? You live in, baby, on the cover. We got it, Paul. You know what I'm saying? God credit for real. He actually took the magazine from somebody else. You know what I mean? Because somebody else in there had bought the magazine, and you know, and they showed him, you know, and he took the magazine from them. You know what I'm saying? And kept it for real. He came home with them same magazines too.
Now, what was the reaction from the public to your achievement when that cover released?
Yeah, well, you know, like a lot of people was happy that I was getting some, you know, kind of recognition. You know what I'm saying? You know, and you know, of course, you know, like, you know, there are people like, man, you know, man, kid ain't no rookie. That kid been doing this here. You know what I'm saying? For real, yeah. But you know, for the most part, you did like, you know, people was just happy I was just getting, you know, getting my recognition for real.
And what did you think of that class? You were the 10th spot, but aside you, it was Dej Loaf, Fetty Wap,
Yeah,
Gold Link,
yeah.
K Camp, OG Mako, Rari, Shy Glizzy, Tink, and Vince Staples.
Shout out to all of them, man. You know what I'm saying? All of them are real dope artists. Real dope artists, man. Like, shout out to them, man. For real, for real.
And do you actually, all 10 of you are on set at one time for photo shoots and video recordings and things of that nature?
Yep. It was fun, man. It was you know what I'm saying, a great experience, like, for real. It was fun doing that shit.
And what did that achievement do for your career?
It did a lot, man. It definitely, you know, got my name out there and stuff like that way more than I thought it was, you know. And what's crazy is, like, you know, a lot of people, you know, they didn't know my story, you know. Like, they didn't know my story. They didn't know that, you know, I been rapping and stuff like that, you know what I mean? To a lot of the people, it was just more of, oh, okay, this new guy with 50 with G-Unit. You know what I mean? It's still people to this day that still never put two and two together that I'm the same kid from the Mrs. Officer joint. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, like, it did a lot. It did a lot.
And forgot to ask you this when we were talking about reactions and things of that nature. But prior to you on the cover of this XXL magazine, had you been on covers of any other magazines previous to that?
Yeah, like local magazines. You know what I mean? A lot of people always, you know, really did like just show me love. You know what I'm saying? Just because of, you know, the person who I am. You know what I'm saying? What's the name of the magazine, bro? I wanna, cause they always show me love, bro, and they still do, man, to this day, man. I wanna say, damn, man, what's the name of the magazine, bro? We just did something for Danny. I was on a cover from the time when I did the Peanut from Amazing, and they had that picture on the cover. Damn, man. Sorry, man. I can't even think of the name, man. But yeah, you know, like, give me showing love.
Now, what's that feeling like when you're on the cover of a magazine?
Um, it feel good. You know what I'm saying? It feel good. Because like, just as an artist, period. It like everything that you accomplish, everything that happens. You know what I'm saying? Moving forward, it motivates you more. It motivates you more. You feel me? It makes you feel like, yeah, you're not actually doing this for nothing. You get what I'm saying? So you need all those things, for real. You need those things.
But as you're signed to G Unit in 2015 and you're traveling and things of that nature, because that's a national publication, you could literally at the airport stop at one of the newsstands
Yeah.
and see
Yeah.
yourself on that cover at any
Oh
given
yeah.
point while that
Yeah.
magazine is out and available.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's that feeling?
Yeah.
Would you do things of that nature just cause?
Of course. You know what I'm saying? It's been a couple of times where I walk in either like Walmart, Walgreens, you know what I'm saying, wherever, and I see that magazine, like, I'm gonna definitely buy one. I'm gonna buy one for sure, like, just cause, you feel me, for real, and, either give it to a family member or give it away somewhere.
Now, is that a good or bad thing when you actually go to a newsstand and you see that magazine and your cover on it? Because if that magazine is still on the shelf, it hasn't been sold yet. It's still available. So would that ever disappoint you? Like, man, all of these should be sold out already. I should even...
Not at all, because you don't know the dynamics all the time, They could have been sold out and just have it been restocked. You know what I'm saying? For real. So, you can't look at it like that. You feel me? For real. Like, well, me personally, like, I didn't look at it like that. I was just stoked on the fact, look at me on the motherfucking cover. You know what I'm saying? For real. Yeah, like, let me get this shit. For real. And then plus, we in an era now where, the internet took over everything, you know what I mean? So a lot of people, wouldn't really read a book when they could just open their phone and, you know what I'm saying? Get on a book like that.
How many copies did you end up personally buying yourself back in those days of that particular cover?
I definitely probably bought more than 10. More than 10. Because we was, like I said, like, we were traveling in a lot of places and I kept seeing them. And every time I see one, I buy one. You know what I mean? I see one, I buy one. You feel me? For real, sign it, give it away.
And I've got one more XXL freshman question for you. But before I ask you that, which cover meant more to you that year? The one of the freshman class or the G Unit one?
I would say, shoot, I can't really put one above the other, bro. You know what I'm saying? I really can't. You know what I mean? I can't put one above the other, man. Like, both of them, both of them was telling my story, so, and that was always like my main goal is to, get my story told.
And here's that final question, okay? Let's say, and this is generally speaking, okay? But let's say that there's someone in the audience that is going to end up being on the freshman class cover themselves. Anything you would say to that person listening or watching this?
Oh, man, yeah, man. Go hard. You know what I'm saying? Go hard. For real, have your raps ready. You know what I'm saying? For real. Make sure you put on a standout performance. You know what I'm saying? Definitely have your outfits together. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? And have fun. You know what I'm saying? Have fun, man. Network with all the other artists that's around, For real, man. Have fun, man. Enjoy the moment.
All right. And out of all those names in that class, did you build any special relationships with any of those?
Yeah.
Any personal bonds out of those other 9?
Yeah.
That developed from that moment there?
Yeah. I was rocking with a couple people out the class.
Any names you care to share?
You know, you know, it's a couple of them. You know what I'm saying? Couple of them there. They know what it is. You feel me? You know, I don't wanna, say too much.
All right.
Yeah. Gotta, they say gotta keep it P.